Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular board meeting for the Rainbow District School Board for Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. Welcome to everybody who's joining us online today, and a few people are in the audience. And we'll start tonight's meeting with our land acknowledgement. The Rainbow District School Board would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Anishinaabeg, including Atikameksheng, Anishinaabeg, and the Wahnapitae Nations. We would like to acknowledge that we are situated within the Robinson-Huron Treaty of 1850, and we want to recognize the inherent right of the Anishinaabeg that maintain these lands from time immemorial. And we'll start tonight's meeting with a roll call. Director Bourget.
Trustee Dabowski. Trustee Farrow.
Present.
Trustee Gibson.
Present.
Trustee Cosmerly.
Present.
Trustee McCauley.
Present.
Trustee Dewar.
Present.
Trustee Hunda.
Present.
Trustee Corbier-Addison. Present. Trustee Clement. Student Trustee Sear.
Present.
Student Trustee Gannett.
Present.
Thank you, Director. Our first order of business is the approval of the agenda. We'll need a mover and a seconder that the agenda for the regular board meeting of April 28th be approved. It's moved by Trustee McCauley, seconded by Trustee Hunda. Any questions, comments, errors, or omissions? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. Director?
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrow.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Sear.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Next item of agenda is, are there any preliminary declarations of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we'll move to presentations. And we have one presentation tonight, and we'll turn it over to trustee, to Director Bourget to introduce the presentation.
Thank you, Chair Farrow. Trustees, we appreciate this opportunity to present to you tonight. This presentation is responsive to a request from a previous board meeting for information on enrollment and on spaces in schools. Just to provide clarity, there are no new plans to engage in any accommodation review processes at this time. This is strictly a presentation for information. In fact, there's a ministry moratorium on any new accommodation reviews that's been in place since 2017. And with that, I'd like to turn things over to Superintendent Guilbeault.
Thank you, Director. Good night, everyone. Or good evening, everyone, I should say. Tonight, we are pleased to present you with data outlining both our enrollment and on-the-ground capacity at each of our school facilities. This will include our enrollment counts from October 31st by program, grade, and school. We will also review enrollment trends and both board and ministry projections for 5 and 10 years, respectively. Using that data, we will also go over the utilization rates for each of the schools. Afterwards, our manager of facilities will go over some details on the capital projects we have planned for this upcoming summer. During this presentation, I will often refer to ADE, which stands for Average Daily Enrollment. Effectively, this represents the number of students. In the elementary panel, our enrollment as at October 31st, 2025 was 9,338 ADE. This is compared to the predicted figure of 9,363 made in the spring of 2025 and the count from the previous October of 9,463 ADE. In the elementary panel, this includes 6,732 students registered in our English programming and 2,606 students in our French immersion programming. Looking at the elementary panel by grade, you can see the totals displayed here. Full-time junior kindergarten has an ADE of 760 students. Full-time senior kindergarten of 845. 864 students in grade 1, 885 in grade 2, 984 in grade 3, 952 in grade 4, 1,000 in grade 5, 1,042 in grade 6, 1,009 in grade 7, and 967 in grade 8. These figures exclude any students registered in our ECPP or CTEP programming, as these programs do not run in any of our board-owned facilities and do not impact utilization rates. We will now look at ADE by school. Each elementary school is listed here in alphabetical order. A.B. Ellis at 259 ADE, Adamsdale at 222, Alexander Public School at 269 students, Algonquin Public School at 371, Asiganac Public School at 96, C.C. McLean at 194, C.R. Judd at 164, and Central Manitoulin at 219 students. Churchill Public School has an ADE of 487, Confederations grade 7 and 8 at 100 students, Coppercliff Public School at 180, the elementary panel at CVDCS at 442, Jean Hansen at 76, Lansdowne Public School at 294, Larchwood Public School at 96, and LaSalle Elementary at 360. LaSalle Intermediate has 275 students in grade 7 and grade 8. Levac Public School has 135. Little Current Public School at 310 ADE. Lively District, grade 7 and 8s at 131, and Llewellyn Park 7 and 8s at 199. McLeod Public School has 800 students. Marks Day Public School with 191. Minette Public School at 92. Minetteville, Public School at 92, and Northeastern Public School at 550. Princess Anne Public School has 456 students. Queen Elizabeth Public School has 174. R.H. Murray has an ADE of 152. R.L. Beatty at 574. Redwood Acres at 341. S. Geiger Public School at 99. Valley View at 544. Walden Public School at 425, and finally, Westmount Public School with an ADE of 53. Now, we will look at the secondary panel, where we have an ADE count of just over 5,100. This is compared to a predicted enrollment of 5,025.5 ADE, and a count from October 2024 of almost 4,977 ADE. In the secondary panel, we have approximately 4,402 ADE registered in English programming, with just over 698 ADE in French immersion programming. These figures include students in high credit and students over the age of 21. We have approximately 1,165 ADE enrolled in Year 1, 1,083 in Year 2, just over 1,132 ADE in Year 3, and just over 1,541 in Year 4. Breaking down the secondary panel by school, we have the following list. Adult Day School has registration of 72.5 ADE, Barrydown College at 199, Cecil Facer at 15, Confederation High School at 503.5, the secondary panel at CVDCS at 209.75 ADE, Espanola High School at 477, and LaSalle Secondary School at almost 839 ADE. Lively District Secondary School has 310.5 ADE, Lockerbie Composite at 574, Llewellyn Park Secondary School at just over 879 ADE, Manitoulin Secondary School at almost 439 ADE, Mishkota Wendam at 15, and in Swakamak at 45 ADE, and finally, Sudbury Secondary School at just over 500 ADE. We will now take a look at some enrollment trends beginning with the elementary panel. On this chart, we can see an increase from the 2021 enrollment at 9,096 students to the current 9,338 in this 25-26 school year, with a high of 9,463 ADE last year. In the secondary panel, we see growth in the board year over year from 4,529 ADE in 2021 to the current 5,100 ADE figure from this current year. Here, you will see our overall enrollment figures over the last 5 years. Again, we show growth in each year since 2021, with a small total decline from last year to this current school year. These enrollment trends are consistent with provincial trends, including the recent decline, which is largely affected by recent adjustments to immigration and low provincial enrollment in kindergarten programming. This slide illustrates the 5-year projected enrollment as provided by the board to the Ministry of Education in November of this past year. As always, these are prepared on a conservative basis as advised by the ministry and are influenced by population and enrollment trends throughout the province. For example, as per ministry data trends, Northern Ontario regions are forecasted to decline at approximately 0.3 to 0.9% annually through to 2029-2030. For the 2026-2027 year, we projected a total of 13,659 students, followed by totals of 13,681, 13,677, 13,671, and 13,584 in the subsequent 4 years. The more recent predicted enrollment, done in March, for the purposes of staffing in the 26-27 school year, was 14,014. This slide outlines the next 5 years to complete the 10-year projection. These figures are provided by the ministry in March of this year after we had submitted our 5-year projections. The ministry applies rates derived from census data as provided by the Ministry of Finance for school-age population projections. For the school year starting 2031-32 to 2035-36, predicted total enrollment figures are 13,475 ADE, 13,387, 13,284, 13,163, and 13,084 in the final year. Now, we will look at utilization rates for each of our school facilities. Utilization rates, often referred to as UTZ, are expressed as a percentage of total capacity based on enrollment. The term OTG refers to on-the-ground capacity and represents the number of pupil spaces in each facility. This is determined by populating each room within a school by its use, and this is done in a ministry system called VFA. Classrooms can be different sizes depending on the programming. For example, kindergarten classes and intensive support program rooms are loaded differently than a standard classroom. Spaces such as libraries and gymnasiums are not loaded and do not add to OTG. Modular units are also used to establish the total on-the-ground capacity. We will now go through the utilization rates for each of our buildings, starting with the elementary panel. Again, these are listed alphabetically. A.B. Ellis Public School has a utilization rate of 64%. Adamsdale at 83%. Alexander Public School at 82%. Algonquin Public School at 99%. Asiganac at 59%. C.C. McLean at 83%. And C.R. Judd at 67%. Central Manitoulin has a utilization rate of 77%. Churchill Public School at 88%. Coppercliff Public School at 63%. Jean Hansen at 77%. Lansdowne Public School at 90%. Larchwood Public School at 58%. And LaSalle Elementary School at 80%. Levack Public School is at a 39% utilization rate. Little Current Public School at 64%. McLeod Public School at 100%. Marks Day Public School at 97%. Manettville Public School at 64%. Northeastern Public School at 82%. Princess Anne at 89%. And Queen Elizabeth at 74%. R.H. Murray has a utilization rate of 76%, R.L. Beatty at 84%, Redwood Acres at 81%, S. Geiger at 48%, Valley View at 90%, Walden Public School at 74%, and finally, Westmount Public School at 66%. And now, looking at the secondary panel, Berrydown College operates at an 87% utilization rate. Confederation at 75%. CBDCS at 84%. Espanola High School at 79%. LaSalle Secondary at 96%. Lively District Secondary School at 56%. Lockerbie Composite at 61%. Llewellyn Park Secondary at 106%. Manitoulin Secondary at 64%. And Sudbury Secondary School, which also includes our adult day school, at 60%. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague and manager of facilities, Natalie Musso, who's going to outline a significant number of exciting projects our capital team is taking on this summer during our construction season.
Thank you very much. Before I get into the slides, I'd just like to mention we are going to be putting in lockdown systems at RLBD and Little Current Public School this year. This will enhance our safety and enable a rapid and coordinated response during emergencies that may pose a threat inside or near the building. This allows staff to quickly secure the classrooms, lock doors, and restrict access to protect students and personnel. So CR Judd Public School, we are going to be upgrading the lower and upper parking lots. This work involves drainage improvements and paving of the parking lots. We're going to be replacing the canopy as it is a Cyprex product. The canopy will be rebuilt and integrated into the new roof. Central Manitoulin Public School, we will be working on the parking lot and doing some interior work. The interior work includes some room upgrades, asbestos flooring replacement, fin tube radiator cleaning, and gym wall reinforcement, which will involve exterior brickwork as well. And the parking lot will involve drainage improvements and then paving the gravel parking lot. At Coppercliff Public School, we'll be putting a new washroom on the second floor. So we will be adding this onto the second floor as students have to go to the first floor to use these facilities during class. We will be doing an exterior door replacement. This scope involves replacing doors and frames that are deteriorating beyond repair. These improvements will enhance security, energy efficiency, and overall appearance. The flooring at Coppercliff Public School will be replaced on the first and second floors of the school. And finally, at Coppercliff, we will be putting in a new parking area. So we'll be creating a new paved parking lot at the west end of the school where none exists presently. Espanola High School, ventilation. This involves upgrading both existing HVAC units and associated structural, electrical, and mechanical components that serve the gymnasium. At LaSalle Secondary School, we will be doing a new dust collector. This involves replacing the existing system to better capture and filter airborne dust from the wood shop, which will enhance air quality and safety. At LaSalle Secondary School, we will do roof and structural reinforcement. This involves removing the existing roofing system and installing a new durable roof while strengthening the underlying structure to ensure long-term stability and safety. At Lockerbie Public School, we will be doing ventilation for the library. This involves removing and replacing the existing rooftop unit that serves the library and surrounding classrooms. Structural reinforcements are required to suit the new unit. At Manitoulin Secondary School, we will be removing an existing boiler system and installing a new high-efficiency propane-fired system to improve heating performance and reliability. The work includes the upgrading of associated components such as piping, controls, and venting systems. Northeastern Electrical. This scope of work involves installing backup lighting systems to ensure safe evacuation during power outages or emergencies. This includes wiring, testing, and integrating the system with existing electrical infrastructure to ensure automatic activation when normal power fails. RH Murray, we will be doing parking lot upgrades there. We'll be adding a bus lay-by and a parent drop-off area, and it involves also drainage improvements and paving the existing gravel parking lot. We'll be doing some roof work at S. Geiger Public School. This scope involves removing the existing roofing system and installing a new durable roof while strengthening the underlying structure to ensure long-term stability and safety. We have incorporated electrical upgrades into this scope as the current conduit is run underneath the decking. At Sudbury Secondary School, we'll be doing some drainage improvements and upgrading the parking area. We will be repairing the foundation wall to stop the infiltration of water into the building and upgrading the parking area. At Walden Public School, we will be working on the solar panels there. This involves upgrading the solar wall to put the panels on the roof, because at the present time, they're getting damaged where they are located on the side of the building. Westmount will be doing some ventilation upgrades. We'll be installing new unit ventilators within the classrooms, which helps to maintain indoor air quality, regulate temperature, and provide consistent airflow. At Confederation Secondary School, we will be doing a biology lab renovation. This work involves upgrading the space to improve safety and functionality, new plumbing and lighting, and all emergency shutoffs will be upgraded as well. We'll be doing an exterior door replacement at this school as well. They are deteriorating beyond repair. This will improve security, energy efficiency, and overall appearance. And at Confederation, we'll be doing a cafeteria renewal. This scope involves new drop ceiling, new paint, new flooring, and new lighting to improve overall appearance. And finally, at Lansdowne Public School, we'll be doing an elevator addition. This scope involves building an addition to the front entrance of the school to install the elevator, and a handicap washroom will also be installed on the 3rd floor. That concludes the list of capital projects for the 25-26 construction season. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. So I guess now you're finished, Adam, with your presentation. So we'll open up the floor to questions. I'm sure there will be some questions. Trustee Cosmerly, go ahead.
First, I want to say wonderful, wonderful that Lansdowne is getting
Yes.
the elevator. This has been a long-standing issue, so that's great. I have a question for Superintendent Guilbeault about 106% at Llewellyn Park. What exactly does that mean?
Through you, Chair. So as I mentioned when we were talking about how we determine OTG or on-the-ground capacity, there are certain spaces that are not allocated as student spaces. So for example, gymnasiums. So Llewellyn has 3 gyms. They also have a library they make use of. So those rooms are populated and help with what seems like, you know, being over capacity, even though they don't factor into the calculation. So that's managed by the principal, of course, and the timetabling process.
Further questions? Well, seeing none, thank you, Superintendent Guilbeault, for a really informative presentation. It's really nice to see the trend over the next few years stable, so that's it looks good for us as we move forward in the next few years. So thanks very much for that presentation. So we're going to move on to the next section of the agenda, reports from closed meeting of the board. We have one motion that's emanating out of a closed meeting session, and I'll need a mover and a seconder that motion number 26-W09, re-property matter, be approved. That's moved by Trustee Hunda, seconded by Trustee Gibson. And I'll call for the vote. All those, roll call. Go ahead. Bruce, you do your job.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. We'll call the poll vote here. Trustee Corbier-Addison. Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
Favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Moving on to old business, we have a set of minutes that needs to be reviewed. So we have a motion, we need a mover and a seconder that the minutes of the regular board meeting held on Tuesday, March the 24th, 2026 be approved. Moved by Trustee Gibson and seconded by Trustee Cosmerly. Any errors or omissions or anything that we need to talk about the minutes? Seeing none, we'll call for the poll vote, Director.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. We have no reports and recommendations from board committees. I believe so. No. And that moves us on to new business and OPSPA and the Ontario Public School Board Association, representative and alternative. Although we're facing new legislation, we are in the process right now. We're still dealing with our same terms of reference with OPSA, so it is important that we have our representation in place. So it's a time of year that we do elect our representatives. So the first order of business is to elect our OPSPA representative, and so I will call for nominations for that. Trustee McCauley.
I move that we nominate Judy Cosmerly, Trustee Cosmerly.
Do we have a seconder for that? Trustee Hunda? Thank you. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, we need a vote that the nominations be closed. That's moved by Trustee Dewar, seconded by Trustee Hunda. Thank you very much. And we'll go with the vote, please.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. And now that the nominations are closed, I'd look at Trustee Cosmerly and ask if she does accept the nomination.
I do with thank you.
Thank you very much. So, seeing there's only one person on the ballot, we'll need a motion that Trustee Cosmerly be declared declared acclaimed as Rainbow District School Board voting representative to the Ontario Public School Board Association. And I'll need a mover for that, Trustee Hunda, and seconded by Trustee Dewar. And we'll call for the poll vote, please, Director.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion's carried.
Thank you, Director. Our second order of business when it comes to OPSPA is to elect an alternative. So we're looking for the person that will help our OPSPA representative out if she can't do the work. So we're looking for a nomination. So I'll open up the floor for nominations for the OPSPA alternate. Trustee Hunda?
I'd like to nominate Trustee Corbier-Addison.
You have a seconder for that, please? Trustee Gibson is seconding. I'll ask, are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, we need a motion that the nominations be closed, and that's moved by trustee Cosmerly, and a seconder, trustee Dewar, thank you. So we'll need to vote that the nominations be closed. Director, for the poll vote, please.
Trustee Corbier-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee Dewar,
In favor.
Trustee Farrell,
In favor?
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor?
Trustee Cosmerly,
In favor.
Trustee McCauley,
Favor.
Student Trustee Seer,
In favor.
and Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion's carried.
Thank you very much. I should look at trustee Corber-Addison right now and ask her if she accepts the nomination.
I do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, trustee Corber-Addison. So there's only one person on the vote, so we'll need a motion that trustee Corber-Addison be declared acclaimed to the Rainbow District School Board's voting alternate to the Ontario Public School Board Association. And that's moved by trustee Hunda and seconded by trustee Gibson. And we'll go for the vote, please.
Trustee Corbier-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee Dewar,
In favor.
Trustee Farrell,
In favor?
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor?
Trustee Cosmerly,
In favor.
Trustee McCauley,
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer,
In favor.
and Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion's carried.
Thank you, Director, and I just wanted to say a personal thank you to both Judy and Lisa for carrying the banner in these difficult times with OSPA. We really do really appreciate your leadership and your support of all the work that we do in Rainbow District School Board. So thank you and congratulations to both you again. Our next item of business is ballots. Since both positions were acclaimed, we do not have to make a motion to destroy the ballots. And we move on to the Ontario Public School Board Association Annual General Meeting. And we are looking firstly for people that are interested in attending the local or the OPSPA annual meeting, which is June 4th to 6th, 2026 in Ottawa. So I'm looking for names of people. Trustee Cosmerly, Trustee Corber-Addison, Trustee Hunda. I also put Trustee Farrell's name there. Trustee Gibson, please. Yeah. Any further? Oh, thank you. So that brings us to the motion. We'll need a mover and a seconder that the board approve the attendance of the following trustees: Trustee Gibson, Trustee Cosmerly, Trustee, I can't read my writing, Trustee Hunda, Trustee Corber-Addison, and Trustee Farrow at the 2026 Annual General Meeting in Ottawa on June 4th to June 6th, 2026. So mover for that, please. Trustee Cosmerly, and seconded by Trustee Hunda. Sorry, Trustee McCauley. And we'll call for the vote, Director.
Trustee Corbier-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee Dewar,
In favor.
Trustee Farrell,
In favor.
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor?
Trustee Cosmerly,
In favor.
Trustee McCauley,
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer,
In favor.
and Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you, Director. Notice of absence. We have both Trustee Dabowski and Trustee Clement send their notice of being absent tonight. That moves on to Director's remarks, and I'll turn the mic over to Director Bourget.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. We'll start with the board awards. Rainbow District School Board will pay tribute to its dedicated employees and community partners with the presentation of board awards on Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. The ceremony will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the Sheridan Auditorium at Sudbury Secondary School. Trustees will be invited to assist with the presentations as we welcome this opportunity to salute excellence in Rainbow Schools with awards for outstanding contribution to the co-curricular program, community partnership awards, the Go Green Globe Awards, awards for excellence, the Barbara Kanarick Memorial Award, and the William N. Roman Teacher of the Year Award. Individuals with 25 years of service will also be recognized. The board's retirement dinner will take place on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026. We look forward to celebrating our retirees for their immense contributions to our students. And trustees, graduations are coming soon. If you haven't already had the chance, please let us know which graduations you are able to attend if you are. Once we have all your information, we will plan to ensure that a trustee or one of our staff representatives is at every graduation. In terms of budget, at this time, just wanted to share with you that we have yet to receive budget information from the Ministry of Education. Upon receipt, in the weeks ahead, we will unpack the information and continue with our planning for the upcoming school year. More information to come in future meetings. At this time of year, I just would share, as always, at upcoming meetings, we will provide any details if there are any administrative transfers and appointments for administrators in the next school year. Staffing has occurred and is ongoing for our next year as well, and our principals are working very hard to create schedules for staff and students for schools this fall. Registrations are ongoing. Registration early helps us plan ahead. For children starting school in the fall, we're offering kindergarten orientation in May. We encourage parents and guardians who have not already registered to contact their nearest Rainbow School to secure their child's spot for orientation. I've alluded to this before, but just an update on the Planet Youth survey of grade 10 students. Local partners, including Rainbow District School Board, are working together to improve the health and well-being of young people in our community through Planet Youth. Gathering data from youth is the first step in this important work. 3 of our secondary schools are participating in the Planet Youth survey of grade 10 students: Confederation, Espanola, and Sudbury Secondary. Students with parent-guardian consent will be invited to share their feedback on a number of topics, such as school life, social life, leisure time, screen use, well-being, substance use, safety, and online behavior. The survey will be administered in grade 10 classes on the week of May 11th. Information has been shared with parents and guardians of the participating schools. And just a quick note on Levack Public School. As you know, we've had some questions regarding the right sizing of Levack Public School. There was a previous motion in 2019 to right size Levack Public School pending Ministry of Education approval. This is all regarding accommodation reviews that were in 2017. As you saw during our presentation tonight, Levack Public School is operating at approximately 39% capacity. The school is built to accommodate 351 students, and currently the enrollment is 135. No work is scheduled to take place this school year. At this time, discussions have occurred and are ongoing with the Ministry of Education, and when any plans are confirmed, we will be sure to share any information with all the board and any of our families. Our goal is to continue to provide quality programs and quality facilities, as you saw tonight in our presentations on our continuous upgrades to facilities. And with right sizing, Levack Public School will continue to have ample space for teaching and learning, continue to have ample space for childcare and community use, and we'll work with our community partners to ensure that new spaces provide warm and welcoming environments for children that meet ministry requirements upon project final approval. Other work will be completed also to enhance the facility and the property. This includes improvement to drainage, roof repairs, paving of the parking lot, flooring upgrades, and renovations to the ceiling in the gym. Like all of our families, we value Levack Public School and its importance to the community. When we receive more information and direction from the ministry, we can provide more updates, including any timelines as they occur. Also wanted to share that there's a career fair on Manitoulin Island. We've had career fairs locally for the last several years, and this is somewhat of a new initiative, but Rainbow District School Board will host a career fair on Manitoulin Island on Saturday, May 30th. The event will take place at Little Kern Public School from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Human resources staff and hiring principals and managers will be on site to conduct interviews as well as share information, answer questions, and accept applications. To ensure an interview time, candidates are encouraged to pre-book by submitting their application to hr@rainbowschools.ca by Monday, May 25th. Details are of course available on the board website. Board-wide events are in full swing, and this is an exciting time of year as we host many culminating activities. I just want to take a moment to thank our administrators, teachers, support staff, community partners, and volunteers for providing these opportunities for our students. I'm sure Chair Farrell will provide more information in his remarks, so I will not go into further detail. But as always, want to make sure the trustees know you're very welcome to attend any system-wide events if your schedules permit. We know you're very busy, but it is truly rewarding to see the level of energy, enthusiasm, and engagement of our staff and students. And in closing, I just want to take a moment to express our collective appreciation for our continued collaboration and focus on supporting high-quality teaching and learning environments. Trustees, we are very grateful for your professionalism, your leadership, and for your support. Sincere thanks for all you do.
Thank you, Director Bourget. Any questions for the director? Trustee Cosmerly, please.
Just one, can you give us a brief update on what's going on with the dome? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I don't know if there's anything happening there.
That's okay. We've been working hard at that, and we did send out some updates. We know the community is very excited, and so are our schools and our students. So I'm going to turn things over to Superintendent Gilbo, who will give you a bit of an update, but we'll be sure to be, I will tell you one thing, when we have concrete timelines, we'll be sure to share because people are anxiously awaiting the return of the dome. So over to you, Superintendent Gilbo.
Thank you. Work is ongoing, so the dome has been inflated for a little bit, and we've been doing work on the inside. We're finalizing some structural engineering reports just to make sure it's safe to go back in, of course, and we are just waiting on the lights for the inside. So once those arrive, those will be installed, and we're hopeful to be up and running shortly. And as Director Bourget said, as soon as we have those timelines, we will share that, and we will be very excited to reopen the facility.
Thank you, Superintendent Gilbo. Any further questions for the director? Seeing none, thanks very much, Director Bourget, for your report. Move on to the OPSPA representative, Judy Cosmerly, please.
Feel like a sports announcer when I'm doing this. So a couple of things. A joint Northeast-Northwest Regional Council meeting will be held electronically on May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. OPSPA staff sent the meeting agenda and a number of supporting documents to all Northern trustees on April 27th. 75 minutes have been set aside to discuss 3 questions concerning Bill 101, Putting Students' Achievement First Act. OPSPA plans to use the feedback it receives from the regional meetings and from its 2 working groups in its submission to the Ontario Regulatory Registry. All trustees are encouraged to attend this important meeting. If you can't make the meeting but want to submit feedback, you are welcome to send it to myself or to Bill Steer, Chair of the Northeast Regional Council. Take Your MPP to School Week is scheduled for May 19th to 22nd. I plan to reach out to our local MPPs to solicit their interest in seeing the good work that is done in our schools. The Provincial Standing Committee on Social Policy heard presentations and received submissions regarding Bill 101 until 4 o'clock p.m. yesterday. OPSPA was one of the 16 presenters. The committee is expected to report back to the legislature on Monday, May 4th on any amendments they agree should be made. Third reading of Bill 101 is also expected to begin on Monday. The regulatory registry will remain open until May 13th for anyone wishing to submit comments or suggestions to the ministry regarding any of the numerous regulations that will be coming out of this bill. A summary of the key areas that will be supported by regulations is available on the regulatory registry website. And finally, as we voted today, the OPSPA annual meeting will be held June 4th to 6th in Ottawa. This is an election year for positions on the OPSPA executive, regional council executives, and OPSPA working groups. Interested trustees are invited to put their names forward. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Any questions for Trustee Cosmerly? Thank you once again. Seeing none, we'll move to student trustees' reports. Trustee Guinette, please.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We are 1 week away from our conference, and we are so close to confirming everything. We are just waiting on one final confirmation for a breakout room speaker before we have everyone booked. Invites have been sent out to schools to register students to attend. Our t-shirts have been ordered, and the design made by Miles Dinan is very cool. We held our student trustee elections this last meeting. Everyone who ran in the role of student trustee, their speeches were so incredible, and it was honestly so amazing to see so many willing candidates step into this role. In the end, a grade 11 student from Lockerbie, Sadie Garnier, was elected as the 2026-2027 student trustee, and I'll let student trustee Sear say who got her role, but both of them are very excited to attend AGM. We had the opportunity, Daenerys and I had the opportunity to do a Espanola school visit on the 15th to promote our Senate and our upcoming Stand Out, Speak Out conference. Trustee Hunda, Superintendent McNamara, and Trustee Clement came with us, and it was very fun. It was a really amazing turnout with students everyone was very respectful and engaged in our presentation, and we had a good amount of students interested in joining Senate next term and coming to the conference this upcoming week. So we are very happy about that.
Thank you, Trustee Gannett. Trustee Sear?
At the last meeting, the Indigenous Student Trustee was acclaimed for the 2026 to 2027 school year. Taya Montgomery from LaSalle Secondary School is a grade 11 French immersion student, highly passionate and involved in her school community. She is a member of the Sports Health Academics Leadership Program at her school, volunteers regularly with special needs students from Gene Hansen, and is always striving to create positive environments where people feel open to be themselves wherever she is. She is greatly involved in sports, the trivia team, and planning events like the Multicultural Day at her school. She wanted me to express her excitement to share the student voice at the board level and represent the students in an effective way. The schools were sent the registration for the conference after finalizing the lodging for MSS students, and we are welcoming 10 students from each high school to attend the SUSO conference. We also welcome all of you to stop by and be involved in this amazing conference. Again, it is May 7th from 9:15 to 3 p.m. at Collage Boreal. I've been working closely with our treasurer, Alex, Ms. McNamara, and Doris to finalize the last parts of the conference, such as the lodging, which will be at the dorms of the College Boreal, the hotel for the keynote speaker, the catering, the floor plan, and much more. Role models are an important part of this role, and I would like to say how much we appreciate and learn from the trustees, Superintendent Ms. McNamara, and the staff at the board we have the pleasure to work with. I want to acknowledge the contribution of the senators like Cora and Sadie to our secondary project of growing our social media to be more connected to our school communities. Earth Day, World Water Day, International Women's Day, International Education Day are just some of the examples of the posts that they have made. I also want to acknowledge the hard work of our Executive Council on Student Senate with their big part in making this conference happen. Highlighting the media coordinator, he has been working on the slideshow, creating the itinerary poster, planning the promotional video for the conference, and much more. In my role as the Indigenous Student Trustee and through my experience in advocating at the Anishinaabe education system, provincial, treaty, and board levels, I've seen the importance of continuing to strengthen the connection between youth voice and decision making. This past year, it was noticeable that there is a lack of Indigenous senators from the Rainbow schools. A timely discussion was had at the last Student Senate meeting, especially with us sending out our Student Senate application soon. Recognizing that the board creates spaces to have an Indigenous Student Trustee and senators on the Student Senate, there is work to be done in communicating and inviting future Indigenous representation on the Student Senate. It is important to emphasize that students are not only the future, they are the present. Indigenous students, along with all students, are currently navigating the education system and experiencing its opportunities firsthand. As a student trustee, my responsibility is to bring forward these perspectives and continue to build strong connections that support student engagement. Representation from all schools will support the student voice, building relationships, and continuing to engage in reconciliation. Thank you.
Thank you to both student trustees for the report. Any questions? We wish you luck with the upcoming conference. I'm sorry I can't be there. I'm going to be out of town, but I'm hoping that we will get a number of people that will come and support your conference, and thank you for your hard work. Now we move to trustees' remarks. Trustee Cosmerly.
Just a good news story. I want to give a shout out to Espanola High School for hosting its first ever Echo Fair on April 22nd. 13 community groups and vendors took part in this event, most of them from in and around Espanola. The Echo Fair was well received by students who got to learn about career and volunteer opportunities in the environmental sector, and in fact 3 students submitted resumes to Echo businesses at the fair. This event was such a success that the school is planning to hold it again next year and hoping to expand it, and I'm hoping other boards will sort of jump on board as well, or other schools, sorry, will jump on board as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Any further trustee remarks? Sorry, Trustee Corb Addison, go ahead, please.
I just want to thank all the students and teachers and parents who have done Earth Day cleanup around the area, making our yards clean and our roadsides, and a lot of work done there, cleaning up all the garbage. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Corb Addison. Trustee remarks. Further remarks? Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Moving on to chair's remarks, I have a few remarks for us tonight. So, start off, 6 young scientists from the Rainbow Schools will participate in the Canada-wide Science Fair in Edmonton in May. The students from Llewellyn Park Secondary School, Lockerbie Composite School, and Northeastern Elementary School, and they've earned the honor to showcase their discoveries on the national stage. On behalf of the trustees, we wish all participants the very best. Being selected to represent your community is quite an honor. Throughout May, all Rainbow Schools will offer kindergarten orientation sessions for children starting school this fall and their parents and guardians. Registrations for September 2026 will also be accepted at the orientation. Families will have the opportunity to connect with kindergarten teachers, early childhood educators, and school personnel. They will also meet other children starting school. A list of dates and times is available on the board website. And Rainbow Schools will mark Education Week from May 4th to 8th, which begins with Music Monday. Education Week provides a wonderful opportunity to celebrate teaching excellence, student achievement, parental involvement, and exceptional community support in Rainbow Schools. Schools are planning a variety of activities focusing on literacy and numeracy, and a list of activities will be posted on the board website. And Rainbow District Schools will host the 3rd Annual Eco Summit on Monday, May 4th from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Laurentian University's Fraser Auditorium. This year's theme is Our Land, Our Forest, Our Life. ECHO leaders from grades 6 to 12 in Rainbow Schools will attend the Green Symposium to learn about environmental responsibility, land sustainability, and how they can take action in their respective school communities. During the event, students will hear an in-person address from keynote speakers, professional explorers, and national best-selling author Adam Schultz about his story of exploration and inspiration. In Rainbow District School Board, Student Stand-Up will host its annual conference on Thursday, May the 7th, which we just heard about. Students from each secondary school will participate in a full-day event at Collège Boreal. The goal of the conference is to give students an opportunity to network, build leadership skills, and foster ideas for change. Hall of Fame speaker Sanjay Nath will provide a keynote address followed by breakout sessions for students. And the next Parent Involvement Committee meeting is set for Tuesday, May 19th at 7 p.m. Committee members will plan meeting topics for the 2026-2027 school year. And Sudbury Secondary School will present its annual dance showcase, Let's Dance, on May 21st at 6:30 p.m. in the Sheraton Auditorium. The event will feature a dynamic program of student choreography and performance, highlighting a range of dance styles. Tickets are only $15 for students and seniors and $20 for adults, and can be purchased through school cash, online, or at the door. In keeping with the arts, LaSalle Secondary School will present Somewhere Over the Rainbow from May 28th to 30th at 7 p.m. in the school's Black Box Theater. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children, and can be purchased through school cash, online, or at the door. And Rainbow District School Board will present Embrace Diversity, Free to Be Me, a symposium with workshops for students in grade 9 to 12 on May 21st at Lockerbie Composite School. This conference is part of the ongoing work of the Equity and Inclusion Education Committee. And just a friendly reminder for trustees to let the director's office know which graduations you'll be attending. We look forward to joining our school communities and celebrating student success. And that concludes my remarks for this evening. Thank you very much. And that brings us to Section E in the agenda, information and proposals. We have 3 Special Education Advisory Committee minutes included in our package from January 7th, February 4th, and March 12th, and those are official minutes. And we also have a couple of tenders and requests for promotions that have proposed that have been attached for Lockerbie Composite School in Espanola. And there are no staff communications. And one thing that I did miss that I wanted to remind you in my remarks is that Principals Day is May 1st, coming up this year. Principal Day is May 1st. So we also always want to recognize the great hard work that our principals do in leading the on-ground work in our school. So very important day. Say congratulations and thank you to your favorite principal, or your favorite retired principal will take it also. Future meetings, Student Center will meet May 4th at 5:30 here. Special Education Advisory Committee on May 6th, 12 p.m. And our next board meeting is May 12th at 5 p.m. at Sudbury Secondary, because we will be joining, of course, all our Rainbow community in the Sheraton Auditorium to celebrate our board awards at 6:30 that night. So that's it for our meeting this week. Seeing no further information, I'll now entertain a motion for adjournment. And I see Trustee Cosnerly as well as Trustee Dewar, so we are now adjourned officially at 5:55 p.m. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great